Annyeong, hello, namaskara. Today I'm here to talk about the Korean drama or the K drama Beyond the Bar. It main lead has done in Squid Game. In the Squid Game, the one who has a kid and she has some cancer or something. For her treatment, he enters Squid Game, and he's the one who miraculously escapes. And a female, one more person helps him. Yeah, so this fellow is the main lead. So after I saw this, I was like, okay, wow, he's the main lead. And the female lead, I'm not sure. And there are some second lead and second whatever it goes on, right? The cast. And this story or the plot is very similar to Extraordinary Attorney, as in it's not like she's mentally challenged or she has some condition or the hero has some condition, but the plot wise, more like courtroom drama, like two case, fro case of finding the nuances in the society and finding for the cases. The plot is very similar to it. It has 12 episodes. One episodes deal with one case. So like episode 2 starts, we see the story of what happened on that day, and then how they come and contact the prosecutor or the defender and how the laws goes on. And the drama starts very interestingly where the female lead enters the interview room late, but then she is the topper of her SNU law school. So that drama is interesting where she's late and the hero does not like one who comes late, and then she joins his team. His team is the one where no one likes to enter, and she joins his team, and she is like so good. At the first day, she goes to do some for some, I don't know, for some meeting, and she finds a flaw in the accounts, and she becomes a defense counsel for that particular case. We get to know that female lead is very smart, very intelligent, and then she is the subordinate or the junior of the male lead, and how those two traverse to the case is how the drama goes throughout. I just felt that there was no chemistry between the male lead and the female lead. I mean, none. They are like, or I would say, instead of chemistry, I would say the plot or the movie or the drama, the storyline does not offer them any chemistry or allow to blossom. It's more very professional. Female lead has feelings about him. Like, I think around episode 8 or 9, she starts getting feelings, but she dismisses them. Later in the plot, they meet through a matchmaking agency, but it's not much shown. Maybe in season 2, I'm not sure. And there are some few cases which actually confuses you. Is it right? Is it wrong? Like the finale episode was about marriage on bond, like a loveless marriage. Or like, okay, is it right or wrong? Sometimes you agree with the court decision. There are not many complicated cases where there was a debacle or debate about who's right or who's wrong, but sometimes you get it, and there are cases where lawyer also tends to do some mistakes. And coming towards the story or their background, the female lead has a twin sister who is disabled. So her parents, especially her mom, would like they would have given her for adoption to her mom's younger sister. Her female lead mom's younger sister is also impaired, as in she is deaf. So she gives her disabled daughter, who is also deaf, for adoption to her younger sister. And so this female lead will always have that against her mother, that her mother gave up her twin sister for adoption to her younger sister. She's like, if I was also disabled, would my mother do the same? Then she adopts a deaf cat, and then she explains in the climax of the movie, which is so interesting or which is so heartbreaking. She tells, I am not a good mother. So since she was deaf, I was giving extra attention to her, extra care to the deaf sister. And with you, I was being a little careless, and you fell a flight of stairs which fractured your leg. Do you remember that? And she's like, when my younger sister came and visited, your twin sister or the one who was deaf, she smiled, she laughed, and the younger sister knew what the twin sister wanted without even, telling her anything. I could never make her smile, so then I gave her up for adoption. Oh, that left me teary eyed. And you kind of guessed it, mother did well for her younger sister to grow or to prosper. And it's like, oh, how do I tell? It was so heart touching, and you feel for that mother, like how she told and how she would have felt that she was not a good mother. And in the end, we can see the conversation with the twin sister. The deaf sister tells her that I want to meet mother, but I don't want to disappoint my aunt or my mother who's actually taking care of me. And how she has, like, so that she has to meet her mother or not, or birth mother. And then finally they meet, and you get to know her mother was actually learning the sign language, so that in case in the future if a daughter comes to me, she can communicate. I mean, there is no good or bad, but it's just so hard. I don't know, it was so warm heart. I really love that plot. And male lead is a divorcee. He has a dog, and the female or the male lead wife marries, I three best friends. Okay, it's very similar plot. Three best friends. She marries another best friend after the divorce. So he's angry with the best friend and his wife, and they are co-parenting a dog together. And through co-parenting, we meet each other and we get to know what happens. First episode, though, I thought she was a ghost or she's dead, because he sees their video cassette or some videos on the TV. I was like, okay, she's dead, and there is a shadow and she's like gone in there. I was like, okay, she's dead, but then no. Later, you get to know she's not dead; she's alive, and they're co-parenting. It's really complicated. Uh, I mean, again, there they got divorced because they were too young to understand the love. Like, love was not the same in the first month and after 2 years. So they failed to understand that, and that's that. And female lead, she also has an ex lover who is a lawyer in a competitive firm. So they also go through a breakup in a first or second episode, after he tells I like you and all, and I not only like you because of your interesting personality, but I also like what background you get from it, as in you belong to an elite family, and our kids also elite, very intelligent, very smart. They take both of our traits. And then she tells that I have a twin sister, and then my mom's sister is also deaf, and all such things. And then he's confused, and then he immediately, without even breaking up, next day he goes on a blind date, and they broke up, or they break up. And then you see them meeting, often in courtroom, and he still has feelings for her, but she's like, no. And that makes for an interesting plot. And this male lead, and obviously most of the cases are done by the female lead. And then you're like, there were other trainees who joined with you, like four of them. I hardly see any of them in the cases you handled, where the people, like one of the subordinate had to ask, can I be part of this case, something like that. And throughout, the second male lead is also, his story is also given importance. He has a love story going on with his colleague. Her story is explored, like where she, after marrying, she finds abuse from the family and how she comes out of it. And one of the trainees, as in subordinates, story is explained, and it gives the whole picture of the whole of the firm, and how Maylee's mentor was thrown out of office for the politics, and she comes back. By the way, the firm which these both male lead and female lead work is called Ulim, and how the Ulim boss or the funding partner is corrupt. And there is also separate storyline which transfers, which tracks that, and that's also makes for an interesting plot. And there were a few questions I got, or my thoughts when I was watching the drama. One was, the male lead's TV is, his sofa is not opposite to the TV. It's like, how do I say? It's perpendicular. So he has to turn his neck left to watch the TV. I was like, dude, who puts sofa and TV like that. How? Who? It should be opposite. And I thought, okay, there may be some obstacle or barricade so that he can't place his TV opposite, sofa opposite to TV. But then no. And he's such a sweetheart. He helps everyone in the drama and all that. But I'm like, dude, TV couch should be opposite to TV. And then this female lead gets so many clients. I mean, who are these people she gets? One is from her, childhood friend or childhood classmate, and then one is her sister's friend, then her friend's sister, then sister, like she gets clients throughout. I think she has done more business to the male lead or to the ULM firm in 1 year than rest of them combined 10 years, I think. I don't know. And then throughout, you can hear the name Kang Hyo Min and Yoon Suk Hoon. I mean, that name stayed throughout with me. It makes for an interesting watch this drama. There are few bullying scene where there's about the school and other things which actually makes you cry, feel bad. Don't do school bullying, man. Don't bully others. Overall, the acting, I don't know. Even in Squid Game, I felt the male lead acting is very one tone. He always has the same expression. Uh, I don't see the range of expression in him. Maybe it's my opinion, but somehow I don't see it. I just felt his role is splendid. It's really good, even towards that, Yulim boss, taking it off his position, finding out his corruption. His role was really good. I think, I don't know, I wish I could see someone else, or I don't know, I just could not see him in this role. Otherwise, acting and all is good. And if you like a courtroom drama plot, this one is definitely a must watch. So that's all for now. Kamsahamnida. Bye bye. Namaste.